This is Shireesha from Master of Business Administration, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. So in this session, I'm going to discuss about what is market structures, and what are the different types of markets we have. So coming to this market, so in general, according to economics, in economics we call we say market is a social system where the buyers and sellers come together for interacting each other. So that is what is market. So in general terminology, market means a place where buyers and sellers come together and exchange their products or services. So this is in a journal. It is very general that market is a place where both the buyers and sellers are coming together. But as per economics, what is this market? So market means it is an arrangement which establishes effective relationship between buyer and seller for a commodity or service. So we call this commodity has its own market. So each commodity will have its own market. Like for example, we see mobile marketing, we see mobile markets, we see electronic markets, we see vegetable market, we see textile markets. We see lot of different types of markets. So coming to this market, here they are of different types of markets, right? So now let us know what are the features of market. Okay. So coming to this features of market, so a market will not refer to a particular place or location. So market means we generally see like the market is situated or market is established at a particular area, but it does not refer to a particular place or location. And coming to the next one, it refers to an institutional relationship between buyers and sellers. And market is an arrangement which is going to link the buyers and sellers together, right? So here both buyer and seller are going to come together and exchange their services or products. And the next one is like market is going to participate in sale and purchase, right? So a market is a place where sale and purchase transactions are going to happen. So they are of different types. So let's see what are the different types. So before we go into different types of markets, one must know what is the market structure, how a market can be structured. So here, as we have different markets for each commodity, we have each type of market we see in general in our daily routine. So now coming to this market structure, this market is going to differ from one another because of its differences due to number of buyers, number of sellers, how many number of buyers are there, how many number of sellers are there, or based on nature of the product, or based on the influences of the overprice and availability of market information, what is the condition of the market, or whether the product supply is available or not. So based on all these conditions, a market is going to be structured. Okay. So in general, we generally see the market in a market structure. We see generally four types of markets. So first one is monopolistic competition, and next one is oligopoly, and monopoly, and perfect competition. So actually this is called as perfect competition, and all these three comes under imperfect competition. Okay. So coming to this perfect competition, we have basically classified into market is basically classified into two different sectors. One is perfect competition and the other one is imperfect competition. So coming to perfect competition, we are going to study, or we are going to discuss about perfect competition in this further session. And Coming to imperfect competition also, we'll have another session on this imperfect markets. So now let's move on with the basic information of the perfect market structure. So a market structure, or we have different types of markets, right? So coming to this perfect competition, when we see this perfect competition, here we also call them as pure competition. We see pure competition, and we also call that as a pure markets or perfect markets. So what is this perfect competition? Here in this perfect competition, we see large number of buyers and large number of sellers come together into this perfect competition. So large number of buyers and sellers are going to be concentrated in this kind of perfect competition, and there will not be any barriers to enter into such kind of market, or like to enter or exit in the market. And they also deal with for example, we can take an example to understand this perfect competition in a better way. Like we generally see many sectors or many different types of markets we see in our daily routine, right? So when I want to buy a car, what I need to do, I am going to visit a particular showroom, like car showroom. So I'm going to visit that particular car showroom, like Maruti. Like I wanted to buy a BMW. Okay, so I'm going to visit BMW showroom. Like I am not just compare. I am not just going and visiting that showroom. I do compare with the other showrooms of same BMW, right? So here I'm going to check what is the price of the product at showroom 1 and at the showroom 2. So I'm going to compare that. So when a BMW company is producing that particular company, it is going to offer at the same price, right? So here the price, like whether I buy the BMW car uh, from shop 1 or from showroom 1 or showroom 2, both are giving me at same price. That means in perfect competition, we should have always like price will be same throughout the market. Okay, so price is same, so there will not be any discounts offered by any of the perfect competitors, and the perfect information will be available on the part of the customer. So this is all about perfect competition, right? So now coming to monopoly. Monopoly means mono, the name monopoly. These two are two different words actually. So mono means single, okay, poly means seller. So in this market we have monopoly, duopoly, oligopoly, and monopolistic competition, right? So monopoly means single seller, right? So single seller means we are going to have only one single seller. So here we have more number of buyers, but we are going to have only one single seller. Okay. And coming to duopoly, we'll have two sellers and many buyers. And coming to oligopoly, we'll have few sellers and many buyers. Coming to monopolistic competition, we'll have more of buyers and sellers, but it monopolistic competition generally looks like perfect competition, but there is a difference between monopolistic competition and perfect competition. That part we'll see in the next session. So these generally we say like the first level of these markets are like first level we will have with the perfect markets, and second level with the monopolistic market, third level oligopoly, and the final fourth level we generally see with a monopoly. Here in perfect competition, like we generally see most of the products or markets, we generally see like perfect competition and monopolistic competition too. And of course, we also see monopoly and oligopolistic competitions also, but still we generally come across with monopolistic competition markets in our daily routine. So let's understand what are the factors which are affecting this market structure. So based on number of buyers and sellers, a market is going to be structured, because if there is like only single buyer at a particular region or only single seller at a particular region, then what happens? Like, do we need a market to be structured at that particular place? We don't require that, right? So that's the reason we need to check how many number of buyers are concentrated at a particular region, or how many sellers are like concentrated at a particular region. So based on degree of concentration of buyers and seller, a market is going to be structured. And now coming to the next one, what is the nature of commodity? What kind of commodity we are going to sell? So, or what kind of commodity a person is going to buy? So based on nature of the commodity, like what kind of commodity we are going to buy and what kind of commodity we are going to sell. So based on that commodity, a market can be structured. See, one cannot go and like sell the goods of the other market goods, right? So the next one is freedom of movement of firms. So how the firms in the market are freely moving from one place to another. So based on that freedom of movement, because this is also affecting the market structure, because here based on the firms, like a firm may be located at Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad, one has to distribute to different regions of country, or maybe international, right? So if it is like where they can move, like instead of setting only at a one particular place, they can set up their own firms at individual states, so that it is easily connected with the markets which are located in different states. So based on freedom of movements of the firm, also we can structure a market. And next one is, what is the knowledge we have on the market conditions? Like knowledge in the sense, like based on the information what we know about the commodities, or what we know about the products or services whatever we are going to buy. So based on that also, like a market can be structured. Like for example, like we can take like publicity. Like until unless we does not know about that particular product, we cannot know a market cannot be started, or market cannot be structured itself, right? So here based on the knowledge, that is the based on the awareness of the product or service, a market is going to structure. And the next one is what are the goods and what are the goods that are mobilizing from one place to another place, uh, like uh, like this, those can be factors of production. Okay, so what are the factors of production, how they are movable? So what is the transportation cost, or what is the transportation time? So all these also matters a lot to structure a market, right? So based on this also, a market is going to be structured. Now let's understand what is the significance of market structure. Like here, how a firm is going to compete with the different sectors, like how the customization is done. Like customers are increasing to wish purchase products and modified to their taste and preference. So based on the customization, a firm is going to compete with the other types of markets. So a product can be should be customized so that a firm is going to compete with the other firms and it can sustain for longer duration. And coming to the next one, that is loss leaders, so which is giving some discounts to give impression of a good value. So that generally in a general like daily life, when somebody offers a discount on a product, we like to buy more amount of quantity, or we like to buy that particular product, though we are not going to use that particular product at that moment for like further consumption. We are going to buy it today itself, right? So based on this loss of leaders, that is discounts which a firm is going to offer, a firm is going to compete with the other firms. And the next one is pay for best workers. Like firms may want to employ top chief or best footballers, or skilled people into the firm, so that it is going to compete with the other firms, and because they can make a strategic plans and implement the strategic plans, and strategic decision making can be done, so that they can also compete with the other firms. And coming to the next one, online reviews, like as technology has grown like anything nowadays, we see like everything, like when we want to buy any product, we generally go for online due to this pandemic, right? So when we wanted to buy a particular product, we generally check what is the review given for that particular product, what is the rating and all. So based on that online reviews, we are going to buy. So that reviews also help a firm to compete with the other firms. And the next one is location and convenience. Like for some services, being in the right location is most important, because if location is not if a market or a firm is not located at a right place, it will not be convenient for distribution or for the exchange of the products in the market, right? So that's the reason, to make it convenient to the people around the firms, people or markets around the firms, it should be convenient for everybody. And next, coming to advertising. So advertising creates a brand and it creates loyalty for the firm. So based on advertising efforts also, a firm is going to compete. And next one is new products, when based on the technology what we have, uh, like uh, uh, every day the technology changes, right? So every day a firm has to adopt new technologies into their firms, and give the most demanded products to the customers. So this is all about the significance of market structure. Thank you.
Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.